evening, all you meatheads, honkies, dingbats, and zebras. This video is going to be controversial, scripted, and raw. Enjoy. So I want to know, why are all the TV networks at this point trying to do reboots of different shows? Can they not come up with new ideas? What are the writers getting paid for? This is freaking ridiculous. So ABC is working with Jimmy Kimmel and Norman Lear to do an All in the Family Jefferson's reboot. I cannot stand people doing reboots. It's like you're getting paid for doing nothing. It's freaking ridiculous. I don't know if all of y'all have heard of the whole old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah, that's what I feel for real on this one. All in the Family is one of my favorite sitcoms. And the Jeffersons, which was spun off from All in the Family, is a great sitcom. So why are you going to take a perfect show, even if it is a revival show, and redo it? And I'll tell you in a little bit why they're redoing it. But first off, let me explain or tell you who's going to be in this reboot and when it will be airing. So it's going to be on Wednesday, May 22nd. It's going to be 90 minutes. Yeah, I know that's an hour and a half, and it shouldn't bother me that much, but I don't give any, type of credit to people doing reboots, especially after that whole Roseanne deal. They did the Roseanne reboot. Roseanne said a little something, whether she was on medication or not, that offended people, which I'm sorry, get over the PC-ness, and that's going to come in this video too later, is why I'm doing this video. And now this show is called The Connors. And no Roseanne, but Roseanne was pretty much the brainchild behind what is now The Connors, but it was Roseanne, and it was a product of ABC. Oh, now ABC thinks they can get into doing something else, and I think it's ridiculous. So like I said, let me tell you who's going to be in it. Woody Harrelson will be playing Archie Bunker. I love Woody Harrelson, but there's no replacing Carroll O'Connor. There's not. Just can't do it. One of the greatest actors of his time. And then we have Marissa Tomei as Edith. Now that one I got a problem with. She is not Edith material for real. She's not on that level. I mean, it's freaking ridiculous. And then, and that was played by Gene Stapleton. I'm sorry, because yeah, I did mention, Carroll O'Connor was Archie Bunker. We got Eli Kemper as Gloria Stivic. Now I don't know who Eli Kemper is. I might be just not in the whole groove of things. That was originally played by Sally Struthers. So yeah, it's just freaking crazy that you're gonna try to reboot one of the well, maybe not reboot, but do a revival for one night. But if it gets good enough ratings and they see that it works, they're gonna go further. But you're gonna go with one of the greatest sitcoms of all times that dealt with all kinds of controversial issues and try to bring that out in 2019 when we have people getting butthurt about everything. I don't see how that's going to work and how the ratings will be that great. And you may, just like me, be asking yourself, why would they reboot two of the greatest shows ever? Well, not reboot, let me say revival. But we all know if they get good enough ratings, they will reboot them. This is from Norman Lear. I guess it's a last ditch effort before he passes to be great once again, or for his legacy to live on. This is a quote from him. They have said over and over again these two shows were meant for the 70s and would not work today. And you know what? I agree with the people that Norman Lear's talking about, because these shows wouldn't work today. You want to know why? Because everyone's too PC these days. Remember, I was talking about the whole Roseanne thing earlier. You know, Roseanne, that got rebooted and then renamed The Connors just because Roseanne said something people didn't agree with. She said that a senator that she didn't know at the time was black, and if you see the senator, at best she's mixed, but she said it looked like a monkey or somebody from a Planet of the Apes. Let me get that right. I'm not sure why I didn't really watch Planet of the Apes, never cared for it myself. But when I saw the picture of the woman, yeah, she looked just like the actress from the Planet of the Apes. Now, was Roseanne in the wrong? I wouldn't say she was. It wouldn't. What if the woman would have been white? The senator would have. But Roseanne said, well, she looks like whoever from Planet of the Apes. Because, like I said, this lady's, the way she looked, her complexion, she could have actually passed for a white woman, if you ask me, or at least a Latino. But Roseanne got in trouble just because she said she looked like one of the characters from the Planet of the Apes. So, that's why I'm saying that Norman Lear's wrong, and he must have some early stage dementia, because it makes no sense. All of the family or the Jeffersons, they would not work today. It wouldn't. It's just that plain and simple. Because Roseanne is now the Connors. And Roseanne's not even part of that. The damn shame the person that came up with most of the idea for Roseanne's not part of that. Just because people want to be too PC and worry about what other people think. So let me explain to you some more reasons that I don't think it will work. And let me warn you before I do this, this ain't going to be PC at all. Well, not for a day. I mean, this is politically correct for the 70s, so just remember that when I go over these reasons that All in the Family would not work today. And I'll get to the Jeffersons in a little bit. Well, just remember, Edith, which was referred to as a dingbat, is for the most part is a subordinate housewife. Yeah, they don't like to cast those type of roles these days. They don't want the woman to seem lower than the man. Even though Archie, he was a God-fearing man and he believed the woman should stay at home, take care of the house, which a lot of people still agree with, men or women. But they would not let you see that these days on TV. They would not let you see a woman being spoke down to by a man, unless maybe we're watching something and a woman's being pimped out and beat by a man. They would then, because hey, as long as we getting some type of ratings, who gives a damn if the woman's getting her ass beat? But they wouldn't want to see a woman take care of house and a man telling her how to take care of the house. So you remember that type of stuff. I know I'm not the most interesting person, The shit's gonna get interesting in this video. And that's why I'm not interested. I've got to watch my mouth sometime. But number two, while All in the Family would not work today, Archie would be referred to as a homophobe these days because he would call a person a fag or a queer or a fruit. He did that little, yeah, wouldn't work in TV show these days. We'd have a Justice Smollett case going on. It's getting sued and everything. Because it's MAGA country, bitch. Even though it was lying, remember that? And then at the same time, you got to remember Archie Bunker used to talk about Pinko Cronkite, talking about Walter Cronkite. Pretty much caught talking because he was full of bullshit on the news. And how are they going to work that into calling the news fake now? Because he was calling the news fake then. And I just don't see why they think that they could do that and it could work out. Because they can do that, they can do it any way they want. But you're not going to have a strong conservative male in this generation that can really stand up in a sitcom and get good ratings. So they're gonna probably make Archie Bunker soft and all kinds of crap. You know it's gonna happen. Archie is too strong of a character for this generation. And I'm gonna also get to that in a little bit. But let me tell you, a little bit. So, we all love the Jeffersons. I know I did. And it was a spinoff of Archie Bunker. It was, George Jefferson was Archie's. He started off as a person just buying a house in the neighborhood. They got to where they did talk a little bit. George ended up, getting a house across the street or the alleyway. Edith and George's wife were best friends, and then George, he opened up a cleaning business and everything. Him and Archie bumped heads. George's cleaning businesses took off. Him and Wheezy ended up moving, and that's where you got the Jeffersons. Even though Archie and George couldn't stand each other, as the show has you to think, once the Jeffersons got their own show, guess who was invited to the housewarming? Archie. Guess who was getting along then? Once Archie and George saw the Willises, which is an interracial couple, which they refer to as zebras. That kind of goes on with my intro where I said, good evening zebras, meatheads, all that. Yeah, so that's where you got your zebras. So the Jefferson's portion of the special features Jamie Foxx, Wanda Sykes. So Jamie Foxx is going to be George, and then Wanda Sykes is going to be Louise. Originally played by Sherman Hemsley and Isabel Sanford. Will Ferrell will be Tom Willis, and that was originally played by Franklin Clover. Justina Machadal, I don't know how to say this name, I'm sorry, as Florence Johnston, originally played by Marla Gibbs. Now, if you don't know, Florence, she was the maid, and she's a very good actress. But as I said with the All in the Family one, I don't know where they got these ideas for the stars they picked. I think a better person for George than Jamie Foxx would have been Eddie Griffith. He's just real funny, and some of his comedy reminds me a lot of some stuff that George would have said. It's not up to me. I'm not sitting here casting people, and I'm not paying their pay either. And just remember, I said this ain't gonna be PC. So the number three reason that All in the Family would not work today. Network TV would not let Archie Bunker get away with saying, or Carol O'Connor, the actor that played Archie Bunker, they would not let the white man get away with saying colored, chink, Jap, Jew, or Polak. Not happening these days. Remember, that was some stuff Archie Bunker used to say. We all laughed and thought it was funny. His ass got hurt. It was just something was said. Say it today, somebody gonna get their ass whooped because people can't take a joke and understand. So you people have got to learn that you can't let every little thing bother you, because as soon as you do, everybody else takes power over you. And a number four reason, I think that All in Family would work today. Remember, during, Norman Lear said that this these sitcoms from the 70s would work today, even though people say it wouldn't. It's because does anybody other than me remember the episode Archie had that minstrel show? It was when Gloria was about to have a baby or whatever, and Archie and his friends were supposed to go to the minstrel show, just like I said, and I repeated myself at that point, in blackface. Now, if it would still work today, I would love somebody to explain to me why. Because every day, well, not every day, but every week lately, there's something in the news about blackface. Where a white person did this, white person did that, and it was all blackface related. Now, if All in the Family was produced today, I mean the real show, if it was made today, stuff would be getting burnt down. I mean, people are losing their minds about Confederate monuments, statues, and everything. But for some reason, Norman Lear and Jimmy Kimmel thinks this will work. Norman Lear, like I said, I think he's just got a little dementia going on, and Jimmy Kimmel's feeding into it because Jimmy Kimmel's just trying to get his damn ratings. He ain't been funny since day one to me. There's better comedians than him that could have taken over a late night show. Jerry Seinfeld, for one. I mean, why not get, like a black comedian to take over a late night show? Why they always white? If we so equal, do that. I mean, because myself, I don't care for late night shows anymore. Once Jay Leno was gone, it was pretty much over. But, I mean, it makes no sense. And then, let me just leave that alone, because for real, I'm not pissing people off. I keep on that one. Okay, and let me tell you the reasons the Jeffersons would not work today. Well, George referred to Willis as a zebra. Well, not Willis himself, but the Willises, Tom and his wife. They were zebras. And then George called white people crackers. All right, well, let's see how that will work today. All this stuff going on. It's not going to work very good. with all of the racial tension that Obama created. Forget it, I'll say that. Obama created all this racial tension, and you think during George gonna call somebody a cracker right to their face and something ain't gonna happen? No, it wouldn't. Alright, so your number third reason that the Jefferson ain't gonna work on network TV. We're talking about network. We're not talking about HBO. We're not talking about Showtime or Cinemax. I don't even know if Cinemax still's there. But anyway, because George would use the M word every once in a while. Yeah, unless you're a rapper or whatever. Oh, the N word don't fly no more. Even if, well, it does in the black community, but it ain't flying on TV. You gotta be a rapper. Cause not, you ain't getting the show out the damn door using the N word unless it's HBO or Showtime. And then number four reason that the Jeffersons would not work today. George, like Archie, was a homophobe. It's just that simple. They both didn't like gay people. Which is real funny because you find out Sherman Hemsley's gay in real life. But their characters were not into gay people. So with that said, I'm gonna just go off my own little direction over here. What's next? Maybe we reboot Good Times? Oh no, we ain't gonna reboot Good Times. You wanna know why we wouldn't reboot on Good Times? Because it's black people in a messed up situation being positive. And I mean, sometimes yeah, they blame the white man, but a lot of times they just blame how messed up the world is at the time. But I couldn't see them rebooting Good Times just for the simple fact of you gotta have a strong black male head of household, and it ain't gonna work these days because Hillary and Bill Clinton decided to get most of them locked up. Just saying, if it hurts your feelings, it's not my problem. I ain't vote for them, and I will not vote for a Democrat again. But yeah, so all I'm saying, can we quit rebooting old TV shows? I mean, the old sitcoms were the perfect sitcoms. Now they're making all these bullshit sitcoms. And I don't know why they're doing it. Because the ideas of the day ain't worth a crap compared to the old sitcoms. The old stuff was on a Shakespearean level. It went against the grain. It's stuff that would not work today, but they're trying to make it work. They need to leave it alone, come up with their own stuff, because what they're trying to reach back to is stuff that they know wouldn't work today. The stuff was controversial back then, but it worked because back then people weren't so sensitive. Now you got snowflakes everywhere. So all I'm saying is they just need to get over it, quit trying to reboot stuff, come up with new ideas, and leave the old stuff alone. I guarantee you, Carol O'Connor's turning over in his grave right now, knowing they're about to do a revival of this. I'm sure Sherman Hemsley's like, "What are you doing? You're about to screw up my stuff here." Just because Norman Lear is trying to take one more grasp at being great, Norman Lear needs to bow out like a champ. Well, he needed to after the last episode of The Jeffersons. But I guess he just can't let greatness go. With that being said, everyone have a good night. Hope you enjoy. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Good night.